also launching a tour on April 23rd in Mexico, and I'll be on tour for the rest of the year.
Yeah, 9 days after Katy Perry briefly left the Earth's atmosphere, she'll be on stage in Mexico City for the opening night of her Lifetime's tour.
And I think it would be pretty cool to reveal my set list for that tour in space.
Is that what you're going to do?
I just might.
Yeah, Katy teased that before the launch. I thought, how's that going to work? And then, yeah, I watched it live. And yeah, after she came back, she said she did it.
I got to reveal my set list for the tour on a butterfly. How apropos.
Incredible.
Just flying in space. I don't know if anyone's ever
in space.
I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, so I'll just
I was like, what? I'm no expert in space travel, but I don't think you can just open up a window and, put a butterfly out there. Yeah, there's no oxygen. You need a full spacesuit to do that. So I wasn't really sure what Katy did exactly. But then about an hour later, Blue Origin posted a montage of some of the footage of them up in space when they reached zero gravity. There's a brief shot of Katy holding up an object to the camera that's in the shape of a butterfly with text on it, and then she lets it go. So that butterfly is not floating around in space somewhere. No, it was in the capsule. And then, yeah, when it came back down to Earth, if Katy hadn't put it back in her pocket yet, it was on the floor of the capsule. And I don't think she left it in the floor of the capsule. Now, there's no frame of that video where the text is in focus. And Katy hasn't bothered to stop the collective squinting that we're all doing, trying to read this thing. Reality is, artists don't normally reveal their set list before they start a tour. And even though she didn't plan it this way, Katy has created like a Taylor Swift-esque puzzle for fans to decipher before the tour starts.
A little nugget, yeah.
So with that,
take advantage of it.
I really tried to see how many I could decipher on my own, because the level of difficulty was basically dependent on how well you know Katy's music catalog. There's going to be an emphasis on tracks from her latest album, 143, and a sprinkling of Katy's hits from her back catalog that, people are going to be expecting her to play. Okay, so some of them were fairly easy. Take a look at this one. 4 words, first word, single letter, third word, single letter, I kissed a girl. Yeah, I only got so far before I needed help with this. Yeah, there's a lot you really can't identify that well. So let's start in the top left-hand corner there, and it's one of the hardest ones to decipher, but Reddit decided that it's Artificial, a track from 143, then Chained to the Rhythm, Teary Eyes, Dark Horse, Woman's World, California Girls, Teenage Dream, which I didn't see at first, but now I see, how it can be Teenage Dream, Hot and Cold, Last Friday Night, I Kissed a Girl, Nirvana, Crush, people are saying. I'm not really sold on that one, but okay. I'm His, He's Mine, Wide Awake, Choose Your Own Adventure, Fan Choice, All the Love, E.T., Part of Me. Reddit thinks the next one is 365. I actually thought it was Roar, but they think the next one is Roar. Billboard thinks it's the song Okay that's there. Yeah, I don't know. And then the last 3, Reddit thinks they're Daisies, Lifetimes, and Firework. I don't see those words at all, but I mean, Firework has to be on this set list somewhere. It's, the song Katy has to include. And looking at the other, one-word possibilities on this thing, it could be instead of Artificial, that's Firework. Or it could be instead of Crush in the top right-hand corner, that's Firework. But Firework is one of her one-word song titles that you would close the show on. So yeah, almost by default, I guess the closing song is Firework. So yeah, with that estimated set list, there's no super glaring omissions here. She has all of her top 10 hits except for 2, which are Waking Up in Vegas, which has not been on her set list since the California Dreams tour in 2011, and The One That Got Away. Since she didn't tour her 2020 album Smile, I'm a bit surprised that only 2 tracks from that album make it on the set list. Never Really Over isn't here, and that's her highest charting single since, Chained to the Rhythm exploded things in 2017. In terms of her latest album, 143, it appears as though Katy will perform 7 out of the 11 tracks. Now, Billboard thinks they see Has a Heart on that set list, I guess where other people think it's Hot and Cold. Now, seeing the set list, I am surprised that 2 songs from 143 aren't here. The first one is Gorgeous.
right here.
Gorgeous.
Because on the day she released Woman's World as the first single, during her Apple Music interview, they played a bit of Gorgeous and Lifetimes, which was obviously a little bit of a test to see which one fans gravitated towards for the second single, and Lifetimes obviously won out. But yeah, it's just funny that, Gorgeous has gone from, possible second single to not even making the set list for the tour. That's really strange. And the other one is Wonder. On her Instagram today, Katy reposted that montage that Blue Origin posted yesterday of them up in space, and Katy added Wonder as a soundtrack, and in her caption it includes the lyric from that song.
Wow, look at the blue line.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But it doesn't make the set list. So yeah, strange omission there. But yeah, what do you think of... this is much more complicated than I think Katy was intending it to be, but hey, what do you think of the set list mystery and puzzle? And I don't know, what do you think?
Oh my gosh!